But we built it this game kind of to try it out, just for the old time sakes of building Gem of Desolation on Puch. 3 people here, we're going to throw our ultimate and create a little bit of spacing. So Vulcan got separated out of the fight, their 2 tanks get moved to our side of the fight, so we're able to get the pick onto 1. And that was a great way to use our ultimate to break up the enemy team in the team fight. What do, skibbity boo, it's your boy Seanyb Gaming, and today we have a viewer request to play Puch mid. If you are new to the channel, I upload 6 to 7 times a week. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right and what went wrong. So if that sounds like something you are interested in, please check out the channel. If you are a returning viewer, we are playing Puch. Puch has no dash, no escape. So if we get pressured by the enemy team, our only chance is to put on our wiggle shoes and wiggle our way out of there. So let's go ahead and review Puch's kit. Puch is 1, he's going to shoot a line attack that explodes in a circle at the end, leaving behind 2 dead bodies. If you hit an enemy with your 1, they're going to have 40% reduced healing, and they are also going to be slowed. As you level up the 1, the slow is going to increase, and the slow is going to last for 2 seconds. Puch's 2 is an explosion, and if you were to throw the 1 out, it would leave 2 bodies behind, and these bodies that get left behind interact with this explosion or this ability. So if you just use your 2 with no corpses, you're going to do a little bit of damage, but if you use your 2 and there are corpses, each corpse is going to do bonus damage. And as you put points into your 2, this damage is going to scale up pretty well. And then Puch's 3, he's going to throw a circle that's going to hit somebody and deal damage over the next 4 seconds, every second. If they were to receive any kind of heal while being damaged by the 3, they're going to be stunned for 1 second whenever the 3 expires. And then Puch's ultimate, he's going to throw a giant wave of undead in front of him, creating damage to where if anybody walks inside of it, they are going to take damage. They are also going to receive 20% healing reduction that stacks up to 3 times. So between your 1 and your 4, you can actually apply up to 100% anti-heal, 40% from the 1, and then 60% from 3 stacks of the ultimate. And then Puch's passive is he's closely attuned with the dead, so whenever you pick up one of the bodies, either from your 1 or your 3, you're going to restore 5% of your maximum health and 3% of your maximum mana. So what happens, and then also whenever you pick up a corpse, it's going to reduce the cooldown of your 1 by 2 seconds. So in theory, if we can use our 1 and our 1 is less than 3% of our maximum mana, then we can sustain indefinitely, because we will heal more health and mana than it costs for us to use mana to release the bodies. So this is a very interesting dynamic. Now that we are a little bit more familiar with Puch's abilities, let's go ahead and review what we are building. So we are going into the Mage's Blessing, and then we are going to be going into the Book of Thoth. The Book of Thoth is going to allow us to start stacking, and each stack is going to provide us power and mana. In my opinion, I think Puch uses a lot of mana, so I want to try to address this pretty early on by building the Book of Thoth.
Ooh, come on, team.
So we are going against this Vulcan. We're going to wiggle our way over to the left harpies, see if we can't clean these up. We're going to throw the 1, throw the 3, and then try to pick up all the bodies. If we use the 2 to explode the bodies, that's really how we burn all of our mana really quickly. If we use our 1 and 3 and then pick up the bodies, we kind of stay around the same. It does cost us some mana because we don't have a whole lot of mana currently, but it allows us to save mana much more effectively than if we were to use our 2 every single time we threw a body out. We're going to pick up the body and then move our way over to red. So each time I pick up a body, my cooldown on my 1 is getting reduced. We have damage buff. So there's a few characters I like to build this start with, where I go Mage's Blessing, go into Book of Thoth, and then I go into Boots, come back and finish Book of Thoth. This start allows you to get 20% cooldown, and you don't have the most amount of power right away, but once you get the item fully stacked, you are usually going to be picking up an item after Boots around the same time. And if you can get penetration and then a fully stacked Book of Thoth, you're going to be dealing some serious damage as soon as you complete that third item. So we're buying a bunch of mana pots because we can just heal up from our bodies. We do want to keep one health pot just in case, but we could probably sell that health pot and get some wards.
Line them up and knock them down.
The wards might actually be more helpful. But it looks like our team's off to kind of a rough start. 0 kills to 4. 3 people over and right, so I feel pretty comfortable just hanging out in my lane. I'm not too worried about being ganked right now. So another little tip about Alpwash is if you throw the 1 kind of in between the archers and the melee minions, you can hit the entire wave. But if you were to throw it just at the melee minions, you might not hit the archers with the damage. So if you approach the wave from the side, you can tag the whole wave. 2 people pushing me. I want to grab my bodies and then run away. Somehow we did not hit Vulcan there, but we managed to get him with our explosion. The reason we exploded right there is because we could have done some damage to Vulcan, his turret, and the wave. So, I know I said be careful on how you use your 2, so you can save some mana, but that doesn't mean don't use it at all. So we have our cooldown Boots online. We are kind of hurting on mana, and this Vulcan has been playing this corner, or continues to play this corner pretty well. Cardio has rotated over, and it looks like Nemesis is our support, and she has rotated over. We're going to pick up these bodies. We're really kind of just hanging out. We would have to expend a lot to try to get some damage off, and I feel like with the RDO she could potentially dash in and just clean it up. So I'm trying to tag them with the wave and save my abilities to make sure that I'm clearing the wave so they can't really push me under tower. So we're going to step up with Vulcan's turret. There is a range where you can get your basic attack off and it can't shoot back. So, realized I have the dance on Alpwash, so I start dancing. Probably could have gone for the left harpies instead of dancing.
They looking shook.
So now we're gonna hit the left harpies. They're still here, so our desire to dance did not cost us as much as it could have.
An enemy has been slain.
Cancel that.
So we're trying to stick Vulcan a little bit more, and we were able to get the pick. We hit him with a 3, and as soon as we had the damage, I kind of knew that we would be able to burst him down. I tried to dance on him, but I was very slow on my emote. Normally I don't like dancing on people. I don't have a whole lot of dances, and I kind of really like the Alpwash dance. Plus in the alien skin. So I have been having this one issue with my account. I have this skin and I have the Alpwash voice pack. However, I am not hearing my classic Nanu whenever I say hello with this skin. I'm just hearing the regular Alpwash voice pack. So if you are having that kind of issue, please let me know. I haven't reported it. I don't know if that would help, but that is something that I am experiencing. So right now it looks like our dual lane is getting kind of beat on a little bit.
He said
Their Izanami's a 9, our Cupid is a 7, with our support being a 6. I guess their support's also a 6. So we have a small lead in mid and in solo, but we're kind of behind in duel. And we're ahead in jungle. So even though they have more kills, we're kind of just struggling on one side. We see 2 people. We were going for the bodies, but we want to be very careful as to not overstep. So after I max out my 1, I'm going to start putting points into my 3. You could put points into your 2, but that makes it reliant on you having bodies there to get the maximum effect out of it. Whereas if you use your 3, you can kind of just use your 1 and 2 whenever. So right here, a bunch of people on us, we're going to use our ultimate, use our Aegis. We're able to get an assist. So our ultimate and our relic were able to get us out of that situation. Right here, we're just going to heal up off of some bodies. We're going to throw them against the wall. So 3 bodies, that's 15% of our maximum health, plus 9% of our maximum mana. And we are pretty much back to full health. We're going to throw our 3, throw our 1, and then try to get the explosion. We get it off. It's going to continue to do some tick damage. Is Poseidon going to be able to clean it up? Yep, Poseidon's going to be able to clean it up. So we're going to pick up some buddies, move over to our red buff. Without Puch, I'm very hesitant to try to invade. 1, I haven't really been communicating with the jungler that much. And 2, I'm so immobile that if they really come to contest, it's going to take me so long to try to run away. We're going to assist with Gold Fury. We help get the kill. We get another assist, and then we're going to go back to mid. So we have our Book of Thoth online. We have 21 stacks on it. Not enough to say it's dealing a ton of damage, but we will continue to stack. We're kind of already halfway towards the next item that we would want, and we're going to be going into some form of pen. They have a few heals on their team, but I wouldn't say it's an overwhelming amount of heals. Plus we have anti-heal built into our kit, so I do not feel that overwhelming need to build Divine Ruin on Puch. So since we have anti-heal kind of already in our kit, we are going to be building the Spear of Desolation. Spear of Desolation is going to give us a lot of power, some magical penetration, which is going to be very good with the damage that we have from our Book of Thoth. And it also has a really cool passive where if you get a kill or assist, all of your cool abilities get reset by 2 seconds on the cooldown.
Your team has destroyed.
Line them up and knock them down.
Looks like Nemesis was able to get 1 and she's still tussling, so we're going to clean up the wave, and we might rotate in and try to help her. 2 people pushing her. We want to be very careful on how much we really commit here. We throw our 3, we throw our 1, we throw our ultimate just to buy her that little bit of space, but she keeps trying to fight. So I did my part, she went back in. We're going to fall back. The RD is right around the corner. I felt like I was in damage range, so we continue to fall back. Just going for the full wave clear, and then we're going to make our way to our red buff. We did probably miss a minion or 2 there, but I think that's alright. We want to make sure we secure this red buff. So with Puch, you kind of have the option of throwing your 1 or your 3 first. Whenever I first started playing Puch, it was very obvious to me that I should be throwing my 1 first because it applies the slow, thus making my 3 easier to hit. But after watching and playing against some high-level Puch players, I've come to the conclusion that in most combos you're going to want to throw your 3 first. If you can land your 3, then it's going to force them to react, leaving an opening for you to shoot your 1 and then to explode. I'm know it seems strange, but I think that if you use your 3, 1, and then 2 on enemy gods, you will have more success than if you were to use your 1, 3, then 2. So we are going to be going Sphere of Desolation.
Why does it say Acme?
Gonna buy a health pot and 2 manas. So we bought beads. Beads for the Ravana, potentially the Achilles, and potentially the Artio. Beads might not have been the best relic in this situation. Maybe a sprint to help me wiggle out of some situations. But right now, we're holding down lane. We're at 15 to his 12. We don't have the fanciest score line. We're just a 1-0-3. But we've done a really good job of getting all the farm that is available to us in mid. All the farm that's available, plus some camps. So I feel like this is a good example of just going for all the camps that you possibly can. And of course, I am not doing this 100% effective. I'm not saying I'm the best at this, but I'm saying I'm trying to make an active goal to hit a camp in between each wave. And I believe that attempt to do that is going to allow me to snowball a little bit faster than the enemy. There's a 3, hits his turret. Here comes a Achilles, immediately time to start running. Probably should have ulted before getting stunned. That is an Izanami ultimate. We have our wiggle shoes on, and they were tuned just right. We're slightly out of the fight, but we want to keep hanging around because we can heal ourselves back up and get back in this fight. Poseidon's able to get a pick, Bologna goes down. 3 people here. We miss our 3, we hit Achilles with our 1. Ravana's on us. We overstepped.
Don't get salty, it's all good.
I think Ravana ulted from over the wall.
Line 'em up and knock 'em down.
Potentially. He has great clothes. He can ult in and then use his ability to root me.
Be right back. Be right back. Defend the gold, Fury. Be careful.
So, I do feel like I had a really good game without Puch, but this item that I'm about to be going into,
On my way.
the Gem of Isolation,
On my way.
I don't know about this item because once upon a time it was a really great item. It had a really effective slow, and it was picked up on Puch a lot because of how effective he could apply it, or how easily he could apply it to the enemy team. However, it started to get picked up on a lot of different gods, including guardians, because the slow was just a little bit too long. The slow was just a little bit too long. So, to prevent all the mage types from building this item, they reduced the slow, and I feel like Gem of Isolation hasn't really been the same since. In theory, it sounds great, and I want to build it, but every game where I build it, I feel like I kind of underperform on the damage front just a little bit. Like, the utility from the slow isn't worth the price or item slot of Gem of Isolation. It has been a while since I actually built it on a character, so I was probably just like, yeah, let's try out Gem, let's see if it works. But, in theory, it's a great item. I just don't think the slow is as effective as it once was, and that kind of bums me out, so I kind of view the item as a bad item. We're gonna ult, get everyone off of our team. This Robin is just fighting into it, so we're going to kill him. Oh, great dodge. We're able to get him with a 3. Poseidon comes in, throws down a huge ult, is able to clean up 2 of them, or clean up 1 of them, and then the Bologna is cleaning up the other. We're going to pick up the bodies, move up with our team, try to help out as much as possible. Bologna is going to go down. Vulcan ultimate, easy dodge, but he gets Cupid with the last one's alive. We cannot handle this Achilles, so we're immediately running to tower. Wiggle, wiggle. Oh, wiggle, wiggle. Get out of here, Achilles. Anyway, Vulcan had to back.
We are your friends.
We're gonna clean up this wave. Move our way over to the left harpies.
Observe the
Put a ward down. Hey, trying to stay alive. Wards are very impactful. I have a bad habit of not placing them as often as I should. So Vulcan has managed to catch up and level, although we just hit 18. We have almost 2,000 gold in our pocket, but unfortunately the Gem of Isolation is a very expensive item. Oh, I love that damage. Oh, he's still here. That might be a dead Vulcan. Oh, unfortunate. His turret ate or stopped our one and caused it to explode on the turret. If we could have shot that one past the turret, we probably would have gotten that Vulcan there. Gonna throw our 3, our 1, get an explosion off. RDO is pretty tanky, but she got stunned because we hit her with her 3 and she got a heal. Achilles ult, we're gonna fall back under tower. Throw our ultimate down, try to break up the team fight a little bit. The turret eats our 1 again. We are on cooldown. This balloon is going so deep into 3 people. So now it is time for us to fall back. We unfortunately hit the wall there instead of the Seanyb. There is a Vulcan ultimate. We get stunned. Messes our combo up a little bit. We get some damage off, but it is not a ton. So now we have enough money for the Gem of Isolation. We have 3 people pushing our wave, so we're going to want to stay and make sure that they don't get this tower. With Puch, we have a very effective lane clear. So our defense under structures is very good as long as we have all of our abilities on cooldown. They're kind of hanging out. I think it's time to back and get the Gem of Isolation. So I'm fairly confident in the build up until the Gem of Isolation. I don't know if I can, in good conscience, tell people to build this item without also explaining how it has changed and how I truly don't know if it is that great of an item, and I think it might be a little underwhelming. But we built it this game kind of to try it out, just for the old time sakes of building Gem of Isolation on Puch. 3 people here, we're going to throw our ultimate, create a little bit of spacing. So Vulcan got separated out of the fight, their 2 tanks get moved to our side of the fight, so we're able to get the pick onto 1. And that was a great way to use our ultimate to break up the enemy team in the team fight. Robin is already on our right Phoenix. Looks like we have 2 people responding. So we are going to focus on mid, trying to get some damage off into the Seanyb. We could probably one-shot her. Yeah, we did a lot of damage and she had to fall back into jungle. Robin gets our red buff. That's a little unfortunate. Achilles is on the left harpies. We might be able to rotate in and help. Trying to get some damage off onto the wave.
Be careful, middle.
A lot of damage, but probably a few crits from Seanyb. We're going to fall back. So our whole team is pushing this. We're going to be able to take the tower. I think it would be smart to move for the Gold Fury right after getting the tower. But it looks like our team wants to push this tower as well. Here comes the Achilles. We're going to throw our ultimate down. Robin comes in as well. We step into a Vulcan ult. That was a lot of bad. That happened very quickly. 3 people on our team go down. I think Gold Fury is definitely the play there. So after the Gem of Isolation, we notice that we've been dealing with RDO and Achilles quite a bit. They are fairly tanky. They probably have at least 1 magical defense item online. So we are going to be going into Obsidian Shard, so that way we are dealing relevant damage to their tankier characters. Our team was able to get the Pyromancer, so that will allow me to leave Fountain 40% faster for 15 seconds. Speed Outwash running up mid. So the Robin is deep in our left jungle. If our team can collapse on him, we can probably get him, but Artie is moving up as well. We're going to go and check our red. Do the explosion, make it go down quickly. And then we're going to take the safe route back to mid. If I would have gone up through where those small harpies were, using on me and Arya probably would have gotten me. We're going to pick up some bodies. Looks like their team is rotating left. Alona is able to get the pick onto one. Now that it's a 2v2 over there, our team is looking pretty weak. We're going to rotate over. We do have our ultimate to try to create some spacing. Our ideal target here is going to be the Izanami. Nemesis, you gotta run to me, not away from me. Cupid's able to get the pick onto the Izanami. We still have our ultimate. Achilles is rotating in. And it looks like Arya is just going straight for me. We get our 3 off onto the Achilles. The Ardio goes down. I feel like we're doing a lot of relevant damage to the enemy, however, I just feel like we're not getting that last hit on them. Getting a lot of assists this game. Gonna clean up the wave. Now we want to back up, loop through jungle, make sure that they are not hiding out in jungle, waiting for me to go around that corner.
Thanks.
Vulcan is hanging about.
On my way.
Set up an ambush here.
So it's just the 3 of us. I don't think we're going to be able to secure Gold Fury. Not Gold Fury, Fire Giant with the Vulcan hanging around.
We are your friends.
We're going to clean up the mid wave. Gold Fury is still an option. I think that's a very viable option that we probably should have gone for a while ago. Vulcan uses his 1 to step back. We miss him with the 3, unfortunately. We're going to have to throw our ultimate here to try to buy Cupid some time. That should be some reduced healing onto the Achilles for a little bit. We're going to throw our 3 down. Now if he heals up, he's going to be stunned. Our team is getting some picks in the right jungle. We're going to clear the wave. Achilles is rotating in. We have a wave pushing to tower now. So if we can win this fight, we're going to get the tower. We're a little short on our combo there. So right here, it's just the Ardio alive. We should go for gold instead of trying to chase her down. Or go for the Phoenix. Yeah, bad play, chasing her down.
Please?
And I don't think we're going to be able to get the Phoenix, because it's just me and them here with a small wave. We're going to have to fall back. I think Gold Fury is the way to go. Although, Fire Giant looks pretty open.
No problem.
Vulcan is going to beeline it here and just shoot his ultimate off onto the Fire Giant. I just know it. So we are going to kind of hang out and see if we can prevent him from doing that. Nope, we're going to go for Fire Giant. Vulcan's ult gets the Nemesis, so we're going to pull off of Fire Giant.
I hope you enjoy this.
Cupid is kind of off doing his own thing. I think he got gold for us. Potentially. Gold Fury's not there. Their team was dead. I think Cupid soloed it. Kind of missed that. Oh, the blind shot onto the Ardio. We're trying, Cupid. We're trying. That was a very bad ultimate. If he were to have stepped on us, we would have wanted to ult. But we kind of just ulted to prevent him from getting near us. We probably could have baited him in just a little bit. So we got Obsidian Shard. Obsidian Shard is going to make it to where we do 20% magical penetration, and on our first ability, while its passive is still available, you're going to deal 30% magical penetration. Ooh, we got some damage off onto the Vulcan. So in a situation like that, I feel like if I didn't have Gem of Isolation, if I had just a little bit more power or a little bit more useful as an item, I would have been able to get that Vulcan there. So if you are watching this video and you're like, I want to try out Gem of Isolation, go ahead. If you're like, I like this build, but I heard him complain about Gem of Isolation so much, I'm not saying it's a terrible item. I'm saying I think I could probably have found a better item for Puch in this 5th slot. If you were to try to avoid going into the Gem of Isolation, I would recommend going Spear of Desolation, the Soul Reaver, Obsidian Shard, and then potentially a Rod of Tahuti or a Mantle of Discord for the selling of the starter item. I'm expecting Vulcan to come around this corner. Looks like he's just going to retreat into jungle, so we're going to clear the wave. Looks like there's a fight around the Pyromancer. We're going to rotate the safe way, see if we can't get an angle on anybody. We throw our 3-1 explode combo. We're going to run away because we are on cooldown. Vulcan's on us, that was a lot of damage. We are going to throw our ultimate, which goes through walls.
Ooh, come on, team.
So we're going to go ahead and back. I don't think there's a whole lot we're going to be able to do to contribute. There was very similar situations where I was pretty weak. I tried to heal up, I got back in the fight, and then they just collapsed on me. So to avoid that and to learn from our mistakes earlier on in the game, we're just going to back, get the full health, and then try to provide some support to our team. This Artie is just eating my damage. Oh no, we gotta avoid the Seanyb for sure. Wiggle shoes on, burn both relics, get our damage off. Like, it's good damage, it's just never quite enough. And that's probably build issues. Oh, you gotta avoid the Vulcan ult. So it looks like they kind of retreated, so they are probably making a play for Fire Giant.
Return. Defend the Fire Giant.
Ultimate is down. I'm on it.
So we sold our Mage's Blessing. We didn't have enough for the Soul Reaver, so we reverted our selling of the Mage's Blessing for a console that is pushing Y while in the shop to revert any changes done while in the shop. Fun little tip if you were unaware. So like if I were to sell boots thinking that I could buy a potion and a whole nother item and I was short on gold, if I try to buy the boots back, I sold the boots for less than they're worth, so I'm actually losing money. But if you sell the boots and you just push Y, it'll revert you back to where you were. Seanyb goes down. That was a good ultimate by Poseidon. We're gonna throw our 3 down. Cupid gets the pick. We get some damage off onto the Robin. We're gonna throw our ultimate down, try to apply the slow.
I'll attack. I'll attack. I'll attack. Right lane. I'll attack. Right lane.
Fire Giant.
So our right Phoenix is under attack. Bellona and I are gonna have to fall back. We can't really fight into the Ardeo and Achilles. They would just both collapse onto me, and I don't think Bellona has enough peel to really help us out in that situation. So we're gonna start Fire Giant. Hope it goes well.
Cancel that.
And it's not gonna go well, so we're going to fall back.
Retreat.
I'm going for jungle buff.
So if they are in the left lane, going for Fire Giant, I don't think they're actually going for it. They're probably just clearing wards, trying to position themselves to go for it. We're gonna go hit the red buff and maybe even the gold if we can get somebody to hit it with us. So we have enough for Soul Reaver. We're going to go ahead and back and buy the Soul Reaver. The enemy was able to get the Cold Fury. So they're going to have enhanced waves heading our way in each lane. We're trying to rotate into the team fight. We're kind of in a bad position if they collapse on us. We're going to throw our abilities and immediately start falling back. Great ult by Poseidon.
Twice as much slay. Line them up and knock them down. They looking shook.
We're going against the Achilles. We throw our ultimate off, try to apply the slow. The slow gives Poseidon the ability to catch up a little bit. Our 3 was just short. And we're able to get the pick with our 1. So we are going to get the tower, but they already have an enhanced wave pushed up to about the halfway mark. We're going to make a play for the Phoenix. Blown is going to tank, and we are going to try to burst it down with Poseidon. So because we do not have our own minions inside the area that the Phoenix can shoot, we're only going to be dealing half damage. But that is enough to get the Phoenix.
Be right back. Retreat! Retreat!
So it is time to fall back. Their team is respawning. Gold is down, Pyro is down, Fire Giant is available, and they have an advanced ward that allows you to remove enemy wards. A Sentry ward is what they're called.
I'll attack left lane.
So we have enough for the potion. We're going to buy the movement speed potion, but we don't have enough for a full item, so we're going to hold on to that 10% cooldown that we were getting from our boots. So even though we only have 6 kills, currently we have top damage on the team. The scoreline might not reflect it, but I feel like we really are dealing a ton of damage and just getting kind of unlucky on these last hits. So it looks like they are definitely on the Fire Giant side of the map. We are going to clear the wave and then rotate over. So Robin's kind of behind us, but around that corner. Oh no. We use our beads very late. That was a very bad beads. We're going to throw our 1 down, try to get this Poseidon down. We're going to throw our ultimate in down.
Come on, team.
I think that was a 1-shot from Vulcan. I got hit by his ult. No, I took some damage from Achilles, so I was on 100% health. But that ultimate needs to be avoided for future reference because that just instantly pieced me. I had Aegis. So that was partly on me. I could have Aegis that. I also had a very bad beads. Probably didn't need to burn that relic there. So they were able to get the tower. They're pushing this Bologna pretty hard. But we have Cupid and Nemesis rotating in to help. So it looks like 2 people on their team went to the right side to deal with the fire minions. That should open Pyromancer up for Cupid and Nemesis. Although Izanami just secured the Pyromancer, so we are going to push up. We need more wards. I need to place the wards that I have bought. We need to try to get some vision on them. Robin's really pushing the right lane all the way up. So while he's doing that, we're going to try to make the rotation onto Fire Giant to see if we can help our team secure it, although it kind of looks like they're not even going for it.
Enemy missing right. Enemy missing right. Be careful.
Vulcan's making a rotation over. Our team's a little far up. We throw our 3 over the wall. We want to try to stay at a safe range where they have to go through some of our teammates before going through us. This Bologna has the whole team chasing them. They just got a little bit too far separated from our team. Deep fallback. It's been really nice to have a deep there. We're going to throw our Aegis down and try to use our wiggle shoes. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Or unfortunately, we did not get out of there. So we're going to sell our boots, and we are going to be going into the Mantle of Discord because we have died a few times, and I feel like if Achilles or Robin or any combination of those characters really want to push me, there's not a whole lot I can do. So Mantle of Discord is going to buy me some more wiggle room. So I had somebody ask me an interesting question the other day. They said, how do games not get boring after 30 minutes? And that is a great question. Because at this point in the game, if somebody goes down, it's an 80-second respawn timer, which just feels awful to have to sit through. So it really becomes a game of how much of an advantage can we get, and then how can we convert that advantage into something else. So right now, we don't have a whole lot going for us. They just got gold, fire's still up, they have Pyromancer, or they got Pyromancer. Ultimate, we use our beads, that does nothing for the Vulcan ultimate. We're going to throw our ultimate down just to make sure we get out of there. I didn't know if the Achilles was chasing or not. So right there, they got gold, they potentially almost got a pick. They were looking to use their small advantage to turn it into a larger advantage, and now it is our job to defend and to try to counter that. Once we have an advantage, we can start trying to push and be more aggressive. But right now, our team is on defense.
Till we meet again. Fight with glory.
We're going to throw our 1 out, cause it to explode, does a little bit of damage to everyone. Poseidon's able to get a pick. So now that we have a pick, we're going to want to try to convert that into another pick. Unfortunately, one of our teammates goes down. It's a 2-for-2 trade so far. Unfortunately, we are losing the trade. Now it is a 3-for-2 trade. You were able to get the middle Phoenix, so that was a combination of a lot of bad things. They got the Primal Fury grouped up as a team in right lane, got a pick or two, and then they had the Robin push mid. Now they've gotten 2 Phoenixes. So now they have the advantage, and we are really on the defensive here. So now that they have 2 Phoenixes down on our side, we really can't contest Fire Giant if they make a play for it. And that's kind of what I mean by in the late game, you want to use your small advantages or small leads that you get and convert that into something else. So they were able to convert the Primal Fury into a pick or 2, and then from there they were able to convert the 3 people on our team that went down into 2 Phoenixes, and then they were able to back up, but they have the advantage, and now they are able to have a more aggressive mindset when trying to fight us because they have the advantage. We need to be a little bit more defensive because we have 2 lanes of fire minions marching down at us. There goes the Pyromancer, which means that the Fire Giant is probably next, and I just don't think that there's really any way we can run over there and contest it. If we die, that's 80 seconds. We're going to have to wait around, and that's 80 seconds of them being able to push. So they are kind of deep. We're going to want to fall back. We do not want them to get behind us. They're looking for the picks, but we are doing a decent job of turtling in base. That is a Vulcan ultimate. Here's Robin. This is going to be some trouble. We're going to use our Aegis. The Achilles is on us. We're going to throw our ultimate down. We are able to get a pick. So now that we have a pick, we might be able to get them to... We might be able to push them out of our Titan Rim. That's 3 picks. If we can get this Robin, this might be game. There we go. Deicide. That's game. So now we get to just march up middle. So right there, it was we had to defend, try to get an advantage. We got a pick. We quickly converted the pick into more picks, and our team was just tanky and healthy enough that we started to move forward, clear out the enemy team, and now we get to march up mid while Poseidon makes the clutchest play of our lives to save the Titan. Oh my. Oh my. That is like, it's gotta be less than 300 health on our Titan. What a shame. They probably were like, oh, we're gonna have the Winions win it for us. And Poseidon goes back and just does that beautiful save. Well, looks like that is going to be it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you feel like you learned anything at all, please check out the channel and subscribe for more content. If you ever want to reach out to me, ask a question, or request a doc, please join the Discord server or leave a comment down below. These stats will be posted in just a second. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.